Hello and welcome to this webinar. My name is Matthias Oteke. I will guide you on stock exchange or shares. I believe if you're listening to this or you're watching this, you are really ready and there is hopefully a movement of helping yourself financially, investing and make your money work for you. So let's kick on to introduction. Now, when we talk about business and investment are two different things. Business is a game of skill. You can buy some item and resell to make profit and grow your business gradually. This means you are actively involved. If you buy item into your shop and you don't open the shop or tell people about what you sell, you won't make profit, obviously. Or also you can delegate others to help monitor your business. But in all of these, there is activity going on. So that is business. But investment, on the other hand, is different. Here, you are not really doing any work. Your money literally works for you. Okay, investment takes time to yield return. It is not quick or instant money. Okay, a quick money. No, it is not. Many people have reduced investment to a Ponzi scheme. They simply want to put their 50k somewhere and wake up to billions. I just hope they are not here. All right. Now let's check out some examples of investment. You can buy land in a place and in later years resell. Okay, you can buy gold and as time goes on, its value appreciates and then resell also. But then buying land or buying gold requires good money. Hence, the reason we are here is to learn stock investment. Now, investment in the stock market is one of the best ways to plan your future. If you're dedicated to investing in the stock market, your future is already secure. The rich know this and that's why they invest in it. When you invest in stocks, you are purchasing a small piece of ownership in a company. For example, when you buy a share of the Dangote Cement, that means you own a fractional part of that company. You are a shareholder, being that your money is part of the money making the company run day in and day out. You'll be able to see how much profit that company makes every year and decide if it is worth investing more money into that company or stock or to pull out. So it is your choice here. Learning how the stock market works also allows you to know more about the market and strategies before investing your money. Because even though stock investment is real, you may end up wasting your money if you don't have adequate knowledge of how it works. That is why you need a mentor, a guardian, okay, to put you through. Pending the time you will be able to stand on your own firmly and decide on the kind of investment you want to take. So let's go on to what is a stock. A stock is a unit or piece of ownership in a company. Okay, stock is same thing as share or equity. So whenever you hear anybody say shares or equity, they are talking about the stock market. Having a stock in a company makes you part owner or shareholder of that company, like I explained before. Imagine being a shareholder in some of the world's biggest companies like Apple, Coca-Cola, Google, Nvidia, Dangote, etc. So that is really cool. All right. Now, you do not worry. You don't need millions to be a shareholder. A lot of people think they need to have millions of money to be a shareholder in a company. No, that's a wrong narrative. All right. These days, once I buy Airtel recharge card or data, and I even see other people buying them, or I heard in news that Airtel company is doing well one way or the other, I smile in my heart. I smile and I tell Airtel our business is really growing. Why? Because I'm part of owners of Airtel. I'm a shareholder. I have some fractional shares with Airtel. So as the company grows in value and in finances, my own finances also grows. And one thing about it is that it is something you can start with as little as 2K, 3K, 5K, 10K. That is how secure and beautiful the investment is in the stock market. And then just keep buying bit by bit anytime you have spare cash. For me, I go all out in investment. Okay, I go all out in stock because I know there is high return, greater return for me. Don't worry, you get to know all of this as we proceed. Now, also, it is not rocket science. It is not as difficult as people make it seem. Investing in the stock market is not difficult at all. Back then, our parents would go to the bank and tell the bankers they need to buy shares. They will give them some forms to fill, some rigorous ways to go about it. But these days, we're lucky we're born into this age. These days, you don't need to go to the bank any longer. You can do every single thing you need to do on your phone. Okay? Buying of the shares, monitoring of your shares back to back. If you should withdraw your money, if you put your money into it, you can do absolutely everything on your smartphone. Once I buy a technology equipment or I buy a gadget, I see a lot of people purchasing technological things, and in my heart I smile. Why? Because the more people buy those things, my Nvidia stocks also rises. Okay, and as the stock rises, my money also appreciates. My money also rises. Now you may ask, what is Nvidia? Nvidia is also one of the biggest company in the US that is making a lot of money for shareholders. Companies can also approach public for money by offering their shares for sale. All right. Now, the first time a company offers its share to the public is called IPO. An IPO means initial public offering. You either call it initial public offering or you call it initial public offer. All right. They offer it to you to buy from them. When you give them money in exchange, you are giving units or you are giving fractions of the company's shares. This makes you a shareholder in that company. Now let's forge ahead. You may ask, what is the stock market? Now pay attention as we proceed deeper. Stock market is a network of stock exchanges where investors buy and sell shares of publicly traded companies. Now, investors like you and me purchase those shares, which allows the company to raise money for the public to grow or expand its business. You can see that your money invested in this company helps the companies to grow. And as the company grows, you grow with them. Your money grows with them. So basically, your money works for you. You are not going to the company to lift some heavy things. No, your money does the work for you. It's just like the bank. When you put your money in a bank, which I strongly disagree with people, they don't just keep the money in there to be cooling down. Rather, they invest them in these stocks. Then the proceed becomes theirs. That's why they may decide to add some little interest to customers' accounts after they have raked in millions from your money working for them. One thing I always advise people is that they should not put their money in banks. People should not put their money in banks. What bank does with your money is the same thing being done in the stock market. Banks collect your money and they invest them into the stock market. And the stock market gives them great returns. That's why you see them at the end of the year, they may give you maybe 1% of your money. Some very little percentage of your money. Let's say, for example, you might be given a daily limit of 200,000 and you have 500,000 in your bank. Now, you will not be able to withdraw all the 500,000 in a day. Why? Because the bank has invested your money in the stock market. And the only one you are able to withdraw are the ones that are available in their safe. All right? So that's what they use your money to do. So it's like you're basically lending the bank money to make more money for them. And at the end of the day, they give you peanuts. So I strongly disagree with anybody putting money in the bank. Do not put your money in the bank. Park your money out of bank. Pour them in the stock market. And one thing you know that no bank will give you interest higher than the rate of inflation. No bank on earth. It is not possible. That's why it is safer to put your money in the stock market. You have greater interest, value appreciation, and so many. All right, because certainly when you keep your money in banks, inflation will always beat it down. Inflation will always beat it down. Well, when you keep it in the stock market, there is no way inflation will beat it down because it grows year in, year out. Now let's forge ahead. How does the stock market work? To better understand how the stock market works, it helps to know that there are two types of markets. One which is the primary market and the secondary market. The primary market is where shares are created and a company lists their shares through an IPO. All right. Remember, an IPO is when a company first lists their shares to the public. I see the primary stage as the point where the company is still starting up and share idea with others who put in their money to build the company from scratch. All right. You will see many millionaires putting in their money. Like, I want to buy 50% worth of this company. I want to buy 10%, etc. Why? Because they know or they have a knowledge. They have been informed that this company will meet up, will grow. Hence, as the company grows, their money also grows. Okay? As the company grows, that's why you hear people will say, Otedola has the greatest share in First Bank today. All right? That means he bought, like, for example, let's say, for example, he has bought 70% of the shares of that bank. So that is what it's talking about. Now to the secondary market, which is essentially the stock exchange. This is where the supply and demand of these shares are bought or sold and traded every day. This is the stage where we, the masses, you and I, can put our own urgent 2K, urgent 5K, urgent 10K to work. So from 1K and above, you can start buying stock. The amount will determine the unit you get. For example, if a stock is 13 naira and you have 1,300, that is 100 units of shares, and you become an investor or a shareholder. That is all. It is easy as that. So that is why some persons will say they don't have money to invest. Every human have money to invest. Everybody have money to invest. Okay? So long you buy data, you scroll online, you have money to invest. Okay? Take out this belief that, or this mindset that you must have millions before you can invest. You need to start building and compounding the little you have now in the stock market. And in years, you will see how amazing the stock market has changed your life and changed or framed the life of your future. And even your children. You can even buy stocks for your children. Amazingly, as they grow, they will grow to meet their stocks in greater return. That is the power of the stock market. So majority of the companies are not on primary listing again. Okay, millionaires have finished buying them because they bought them from scratch, But we can buy ours from secondary listing. Okay, and there are any companies at all. Okay, you can say I hold 50% share with Airtel. You can only buy unit of shares from Airtel. You can't own 50% of it because the company is not being sold from the primary point any longer. For example, you can have 1 million units with Airtel. You can have 10 units of shares with MTN. You can have 200 units with Amazon. You can have 50 units with Dangote Cement. You can have 20 units with O&O, oil and gas. You can have 100 units with Apple. Apple creates phones, the iPhones and the laptop, we use the chips also. You can even have 500 units with Fidelity Bank or Zenith Bank. Okay, we have unit that is less than 10 naira. So if you buy 1,000 of such unit, that's just 10k. And within few months, you see that your 10k has gone up to 25k, an extra 15,000. So that is how amazing the stock market is. Now you may ask, how can you make money from stock market? Investors like you and I can profit from owning stocks in the following ways. Now, the first way is dividend payments. I will explain everything about that. The second way is value appreciation. And the other way is day trading, daily trading. It is just like the crypto market. The crypto, you have to trade daily and get your return. So the day trading in the stock market is closer. It's similar to that. Okay, now let's get more understanding. For the dividend payment, companies can distribute part of their profit to shareholders on a quarterly or annual basis. Or when you say quarterly is every 3 months. Every 3 months. Or annual basis, which is yearly. For example, MTN in April paid 10 naira as dividend, okay, to all their shareholders. This means if you have 1,000 units with MTN, you get 10k. That is 1,000 times 10. 1,000 units times 10 as dividend. And this doesn't even affect your original money you use in buying the unit. Okay, it doesn't affect. Your money is right there sleeping. So every time dividend is shared, you get your own part. Now imagine if you have bought like 100,000 units with Zenith Bank over time, maybe last year, that is 1 million naira cool cash that you receive in first quarter. January, February, March, by April you will receive it. Okay, so it's within 3 to 4 months. So one politician will now be somewhere receiving millions from Zenith Bank and Amazon and Nvidia, Dangote Cement, because they bought larger units. Because the larger unit that you buy, the larger your returns. So anyone that is advising you not to take this risk, not to do this, not to do that, please stop following that person. Okay, I will solidly advise you to take calculated risk. Do not just take any risk. Take calculated risk. You need to leave your comfort zone. Okay, the risk takers are actually success builders. You have not seen a rich man today, a wealthy man today that has not taken risk. Even business itself is risk. So it is all about taking calculated risk. When one takes calculated risk, certainly, it will come out triumphantly. So run away from anyone telling you not to take risk or not to invest, not to do all of these things. You will not escape poverty, or you will not escape that point you are if you don't go out of your comfort zone. You become stagnant in your comfort zone. That is one thing you should know. So any risk that will not take your life, that risk is worth taking. 100% worth taking. So for the value appreciation, you make money when you sell your shares at a price higher than when you bought them. Okay, I hope you're understanding this. You make money when you sell your shares at a price higher than when you bought them. Let's say, for example, you bought them at 5 naira per share today. Maybe you bought 10 shares for 5 naira each. By next 3 months, now it is now 50 naira by each share. Your money has tripled. Your money has tripled. That is the power of value appreciation of the stock market. The only time you can make loss is if you sell your share when it has not appreciated. Why would you even sell your shares? Okay? Why would you even sell your shares when we have different kind of ways you can go about shares? You can go about it in daily trading, and you can go about some shares as a long-term investment, which certainly you'll be told, you'll be informed, you'll be taught which is the longer one you should hold and which is the shorter one. So since you already know there are some stock you should keep for long term to make more money from them, and there are others you can do a daily trade on. So why should you sell? Okay, there's certainty when you keep for a long term those stocks, you're making good amount of money from them. Don't worry, I'll reveal everything to you about this. Now, for example, if you bought a unit of Microsoft share for $3 and it rises to $40 per unit, maybe in few months. Now, if you had bought 5 units when it was $3 and you sell now that it is now $40, that is like how much? $200 cool cash for what you bought for $15 in total few months ago. So who says there's no money in the stock market? The stock market is the safest, is the number one largest, best traded in the world. Okay, the most place that is much more protective of your money from inflation and devaluation. Or if you bought a unit of Fidelity for 5 naira and it has grown to like 300 naira per unit, that's like 295 per every unit you sell. Okay, which bank can give you such amount of money as interest? No bank in the world. So if you intend selling 1,000 units, that is 295,000 for what you bought with just 5,000 naira. That is how safe and amazing the stock market is. Now let's move to day trading. When we talk about day trading is when you buy a stock, mostly international stock. Okay, especially when they give their earnings report. They always also give the earnings reports every 3 months. When this company gives the earnings report, you tend to make more money from it. Okay, one thing I always tell my students is whenever the earnings report is closed, I tell them the stocks to hold on to buy, and they buy it before time. Okay, being that I already make more researches, those that are just making research at that point or that are just getting to know about the earnings reports will get lower returns certainly than I that make more researches. All right, so within few hours or days of buying those stocks for the day trading, your stock blows up in profit. Then you can even sell immediately and make your money. So I tell my students when to buy and when to sell. So they don't need to bother, or you guys don't need to bother at all, because I'll be revealing all these things to you. Here, you don't need to wait long term before the stock can appreciate. This is not a value appreciation. This is not a value stock. So it's appreciated within the frame of time you buy it, or which I ask you to buy. By this, you will smile to the bank weekly, which is certain. Well, not all companies pay dividend though. Let's look at the 2 kinds of company we have. We have 1, blue chip companies, and 2, growth companies. For blue chip companies, these are large companies with established record of growth. For example, Coca-Cola is a blue chip company. Okay, it is very popular all over the world. And one thing about them is they usually pay dividend. So a lot of people who have Coca-Cola shares enjoy dividends. So I always advise my people to spend your dividend and keep on pushing with your investment, with your capital. You should only spend your dividend. Don't spend your capital. Don't remove your capital. Okay, so it is very important you buy shares that pays dividend also. And also, they have been in business for some time now with stable earnings. They have a stable earning. They don't fluctuate. All right. Also, they have less potential for high growth. Less potential for high growth. Also, growth companies. They are growth company. They are still growing and reinvesting most of their earnings. All right. For example, Tesla by Elon Musk is one of them. Okay, this is the part I'm talking about, the growth company. Tesla by Elon Musk is a growth company. Now, this one don't usually pay dividend, unlike the blue chip company, which is the likes of Coca-Cola. So these growth companies, they don't usually pay dividend. They are of higher risk. That is why you need a good report before you go on with purchasing stock from these growth companies. Also, their share price grow faster and fluctuate a lot. My students greatly trust in me in this. Why? Because I give them the perfection of what they want to know, the perfection of what they want to hear, the perfection of a good gains in the stock market. We don't just rise up one day and say, buy this stock, or they don't just rise up one day and buy this stock. No. They know what to do before buying those stocks. They know this research they should make before buying those stocks. They know how prepared they should be before buying those stocks. All right, so as a new investor, it's best to start with blue chip companies. Very, very important. Their track record is usually solid. But not to worry. I am here for you. We can both start with both blue chip and growth. Okay, both blue chip and growth, because growth company gives you more returns even than the blue chip companies. Because when I tell you to buy this stock today that is selling for $5, within few weeks or maybe 1 or 2 weeks, it has risen to $40 or $50. And you didn't do anything, you didn't work, you didn't carry some heavy stuff. So it's an amazing thing. The stock market is an amazing, it's a money pumping stocks. It's a money pumping market. And there are facts you need to know. Long-term mindset. You need to have a long-term mindset. Okay, to get the best of stock market investments, plan to buy and hold for a long time. Because the longer you hold your stock, the more benefit you gain. Just allow the magic of compounded interest work for you. Do not be in haste to sell off your stocks. Do not be in haste. That was why I always advise my students, to those that are married and have children, to always purchase stocks for their children. And even those that do not have children yet, you should be able to purchase stock for your children. And before your child grows to an adult stage, the little amount of stocks you bought then has grown into a great wealth, a great return. And even your children can start enjoying from what you sold for them. By so doing, we have confidence that our father, our mother had something going on for us when we were very young, when we were younger. So it is very important you take advantage of the stock market. Okay, if you can't buy lands or build houses for them, stock markets will really help them to actualize their dreams, and will really help you yourself to actualize your dream for your children and for your family and also for your future. So don't be in a hurry to sell because the price appreciates a little. One thing you need to know is that this is the secret of the rich people. They know what investment entails. Now you may ask, when is the best time to buy shares? 1, buy when you have the money. I solidly advise against borrowing money to invest in the stock market. Use your own personal money. Like I said, it is not a little, nothing is too little for the stock market. Use your own personal money to invest in the stock market. Put the little you have. You will see how amazing it will be that the little you have and you put into it is turning into great wealth. All right? And also, do not time the market. Do not say, by this I will sell. When I put my money now, tomorrow I will sell. Oh, no. Do not worry. That's why you have me here. Okay? Like the day trading I'm talking about, I will guide you the perfect way when you are going to buy those stocks, when you are going to sell them as the day trading. So you don't need to time the market. Just leave all of that to me. All right? So like I said again, even if you are going to be borrowing money to put in the stock market, you should only do that when I give you a stock to buy. Because there is 99% probability that it would pump out money for us. So that's it. Now, how to know the best stocks to buy? One, you should understand what the company does and the business model. You should know their product or services. Okay, you don't just because you need to buy stock, you want a stock to appreciate, that you don't go as making inquiries about what this company makes. For example, Apple. Apple makes iPhones, Apple makes gadgets, Apple makes chips, Apple makes laptops. That is an example of what we're talking about. That is their business model. That is the services they render. Those are their products. So you need to make more inquiries about the companies you are buying from. Now for Tesla, Tesla makes cars. Number 2 says know the management details. Know everything about the company, their finances and every single thing. 3, know the competitive advantage, their innovations, their loyal customers, their net worth. Okay, when you don't know the net worth of a company, do not just buy into them. Do not just buy into them. Okay, a great company will certainly give a return of great wealth. All right, so lower companies are not boastful of giving back great wealth to the people. So you need to be very mindful of all of these things. And the next one is company culture, how they are known to operate. You should know how the company operates. All right, you should know how the company operates when they give their earnings report, when they sell out their stocks. All of these things, they matter. Okay. The next one says, what do experts think about the company? You can get all these informations online. You can make inquiries on Google. Do you understand? You can read some books about them, which I do most of the time. All right. So what do experts think about the company? That's why my students don't just go into their apps and start buying stocks. No, they come to me, ask questions, and I give them answers. Okay, they ask questions, and I tell them this is what to do, this is what not to do, and they are proud to be where they are today. Okay, also financial metrics, the revenue of the company. What do they make year in and year out? Do they make money? Do they lose money? A company that loses money consistently, you are strongly advised against buying shares of that company. Why? Because they lose money over and over. And if you invest in that company, what happens? You end up losing your money. So you need to be well informed. You need to be well informed. Also, many of these details can be found on Google. Like I said, you just need to type the company name and make research on them. Every single thing you can make research on them about. Now, you may ask, how many stocks should you buy? There's no hard rule to this. All right? There's no hard rule to this. You can buy different stocks. Okay? You can buy as much stock as you want. The important thing is to have diversified portfolio. What do I mean by a diversified portfolio? I mean having shares in different companies from different sectors. I always advise people that do not put your eggs in one basket. What do I mean by that? That is, for example, if you have 100,000 naira, you just put all your 100,000 naira in Tesla stock. No. When you have diversified portfolio, this one may rise today, while this one does not rise today. Okay, for example, put 20,000 in Tesla, put another 20,000 in Apple, another 20,000 in Dangote Cement, another 20,000 in Zenith Bank, another 20,000 in Nvidia or Amazon. Now, when 3 of these stocks are rising, you are happy, even if the other 2 are falling. Falling does not mean it will not rise, certainly it will rise. So the other 3 rising at that point is covering up for the other 2. It is better than seeing one of those stocks going down and all of your money is diminishing with it. So it is very important you diversify your portfolio. And one thing about the stock market is When you have a good guardian, he or she will show you the best one that certainly will go up and will never come down completely. All right. Remember, stocks fluctuate. It fluctuates. It goes up and it comes down. Okay, it goes up and comes down, and it keeps going up in profit. But if you have a very perfect knowledge of what the stock market is, you will not invest in a stock that will keep going down or be down for years. No, it is not possible. All right. So you need to diversify your portfolio. You need to diversify. Buy from different companies, from different angles. Now, this is my conclusive advice to you. As your online business coach, you should take my advice. Making money has principles. Okay, it has principles. There are things you need to do to make money. First, you must have something doing that brings you money. Okay, regardless how little it is. Maybe a business or a job or even both of them. Now, let me take myself for example. Years ago, I started affiliate marketing. Okay, God started blessing me. Affiliate marketing started paying well. Amazing stuff, amazing digits started coming into my account. What I did wisely was all the money that I was getting, when I take some percentage for myself, to flex around, to take care of my needs, I put the remnants in the stock market, and by so doing, my money doubles. I'm not growing poorer, rather I'm growing richer. Why? Because I decided to put my money into the stock market. So regardless of what you are doing, make sure you have something to invest. A whole lot of people will say they don't have money to invest. Every single person has something to invest. So then at every point you make money, either profit or your salary, either a business or your salary, the first thing you need to do is pay yourself first. Every time you pay food seller, you pay the landlord, the fuel station, the vouchers, the subscription, NEPA bill, and finish all the money paying others except yourself. All right? You should dedicate some amount for yourself. Whether what's left after all expenses is maybe 5K, 15K, 25K, 10K, 50K in a month. You should start using the money as a tool to make more money. As a tool to make more money, regardless the work you do. It doesn't matter if you are a cleaner. It doesn't matter if you are a cleaner, okay, of a very low place. You have something to invest. Put some of that money in stock. Let it work for you. You don't need to work for the money. You don't need to carry some heavy load or do some very stressful jobs. No. Make your share value increase over time. That you're turning your present state to riches over time. Okay, if you know the value of the stock market, you know what I'm talking about. Just as in Nigeria of today, there is no guarantee that after you pay all the bills, there will be spare cash. Yeah, I understand the situation. For example, you can even say, every month from my salary, 10K will be used to buy 3 different stocks. Perhaps maybe 3K in Amazon, 3K in CrowdStrike, 3K in Fidelity Bank or Dangote Cement. Just make sure you are improving it monthly. Okay, that's what we call compounding. And as you do that, your interest also compound into great amount of money. So it's a no-no for me to put all of those money in banks. Put those money into the stock market so that inflation will not beat the money down. It is very risky that inflation will beat, because there will certainly be inflation in country. There will certainly be inflation. And your 30K of them this year may be worth just 20K. The things you buy for 50 naira then may be 100 naira by now. That means inflation has caught up with your money. But if you put them in the stock market, there is no way inflation will catch up with it. Rather, your money increases. Your money grows with it. All right? So, when you use 10K and buy 3 different stocks in 1 year, that is 120K. all these shares put together in good value returns will start giving you this inner pride of climbing towards the ladder leading to being a millionaire. So that is the power of the stock market. I just smile when I see my fellow men carrying very expensive iPhones, and they don't even have 1,000 naira a share on Apple or Amazon or Dangote. No, no, no. It's a no-no for me. All right? Or is it the 800k bone straight hair our ladies wear on their head when they have not even straightened their future? I believe most of them are less of information. But even if you're less of information, you go out there and make inquiries, ask about things. So I would advise you should go and read the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. One thing you should know that when you read this book and you get to chapter 5 of this book, you will no longer ask questions about how to build your wealth. That is how powerful, how amazing that book is. You will no longer ask. Now, you should not worry. You will have access to that book from me. Okay, I will give you that as a gift from myself to you. Now, the truth is, many people have made good money in the past, actually. A lot of people have made good money in the past. Yes, a whole lot of people, either from their jobs, their businesses, or whatsoever they are doing online. But they can't point at how the money went away, how the money vanished. Why? Because money has wings and can fly away if you don't know how to retain it or multiply it. You should be able to multiply your money. You should make inquiries, ask questions on how to multiply your money. There is nobody that can attain millionaires' age or billionaires without having different streams of income. You have your job, maybe you have a business, or even if you don't have a business, you're investing in the stock market, you have different streams. All right, it is very important. The stock market is very valuable to everyone in the country, in a state, in a place. If the bank do this, how much more you? The bank do this with your money, so how much more you? So that is my honest advice, actually. That is my honest advice. Anyway, these are what you'll be learning in the masterclass, all right? So in the masterclass, I will be sharing different things. I'll be sharing the different trusted trading apps I personally use, all right? I'll be sharing the stockbroking firm for both Nigerian and foreign companies, all right? They will open your trading account for you at no cost. All right. Also, how you can buy stocks from the secondary market and track the progress of your investment using just your smartphone. Here, you don't need to go to the bank and make inquiries or ask questions. No, you can do that all on your smartphone. Okay? And when you need the money, you can easily liquidate them and have them in your bank account. So don't think, oh, if I put my money in stocks, how would I withdraw them? No, it is not like that. When you put your money today, even if you need your money tomorrow or next tomorrow, you can sell that stock and liquidate your money. Within few minutes or few hours, your money will be in your account. Just liquidate your money and that's it. Just use the stock market as a bank account. Take your money out of banks. Okay, also, how you can buy stock from the secondary market and track the progress of your investments using just your phone, okay? How to track trending stocks and know which one to go for. That is coming from me. Certainly, you will not regret me guiding you in this. You certainly will not regret me guiding you in this. Okay, because there are a lot of stock for you that will make you mad money, amazing money. Believe me, when you start making money from the stock market, you will leave your job. That's how amazing it is. The kind of joy you will feel when you see credit alert, the kind of joy you feel when your money starts appreciating or your stock start appreciating is on another level. Also, I will teach you what you should check out in a company before buying stocks with them. You don't just go into the app and click on the company and buy stock. No. you need some things, some criteria to check in a company before buying a stock with them. Also, how to claim dividend in case your parents bought shares for you when you were young and you are clueless and you haven't been receiving dividend. Who knows, you may be part of those that have millions of unclaimed dividends. A lot of our parents went to the bank back then. They bought shares for their children. Okay, maybe one way or the other, they were not able to reveal it to their children or tell it to their children. Now, I'll be telling you how to go about it, how to make inquiries, how to know. It is very, very, very easy. You don't even need to go to the bank to make inquiries on that. Okay, I'll tell you how to go about that. Also, you can have access to a support group where all the questions you have will be fully attended to. All my students from last year are still asking questions and I'm still answering them. Right? So I'm always there. They can always get to me. I'm always available to listen to them at any point in time. So you have access to me one-on-one. You can ask me questions and everything about it. Also, the amazing eye-opening book, The Richest Man in Babylon. I promise you that. And I said, by the time you get to chapter 5, you're done asking questions on how to build wealth. I will give you that as a free gift. And lastly, here is the mouth-watering bonus. You will have access, okay, to my day trading subscription, of which I'll be giving you best stocks to buy in anticipation of appreciation within few hours or days of buying, so we can pack money out together. Okay, my students always love this. When I give them stocks to buy, when they buy it within few hours or few days, they make good amount of money and they sell. So, like I said, I remember I explained day trading. This is not value trading. I give them some value trading stock which they can keep for a long time, and I give them day trading. All right. So when I ask you to buy, you buy, and I will tell you, I will inform you when to sell, and you sell. So you don't need to rack your brain or make a lot of researches on how to go about all these things. I am always here for you. Why? Because you are my student. Okay, I guide you on these things. So all these and lots more, of which you'll be happy and fulfilled to know. That's what I do for those ready to excel. Day trading is one of the best because it will give you this kind of fulfillment. When you see a stock you just bought within a few hours climbing in interest, the kind of joy you feel will hit differently. So don't worry, you have access to me and all of this will be given to you. Now, it's a total package and I strongly recommend it. So in no time, you become a seasoned investor. In no time, you will become a seasoned investor. That is one thing you should know. So to make sure that your money work for you, you need to attend my masterclass. Okay? You need to purchase my course. My course is originally 12,500 naira. I'm not joking. It is originally 12,500, but because of this class, you will purchase it for 5,499 naira. 5,499 naira. Okay, or you can come back for it later for 12,500 naira. Don't worry, all these things will be as easy as ABC for you when I start guiding you on how to go about it. So thank you for listening.